podcast, you can't win. I touch black and whites just by stroking my chin. Tell Marva got a plan if he just sit in. And we can be the sons and thus fit in. Talking a good game, topics never lame. Conversations just the same, right before they left the brain. Seriously funny, but if you take us seriously, you end up smiling, if not laugh hilariously. And every Tuesdays we're on the ones, so stay in tune before noon. It's the Podical Sons.
It's ridiculously funny.
Welcome back to the best no judgment zone space and world, because neither one of us have law degrees. I am still the starving sofa king Marvin.
And I'm still not your average Joseph, and we are the Podical Sons.
Let's start this show. So, we just realized and stuff, whatever. Well, we didn't just realize, but one of the fan favorites and stuff is that a lot of people and stuff talked about our This Is Us episode. They like the topics. They got a better character reveal on who we are to the peoples and everything and stuff. And they said the questions hit home for them. Some people asked if we're going to turn it into a game. And we said stay tuned because there's other parts of the This Is Us. And I guess this will be part 2 to This Is Us.
Well, I mean, it wasn't something that was really planned. We figured more or less that, we needed to have something around that, kind of just says who we are.
Yeah.
In a time where, we might not be able to just express who we are. So
Right. Because we kind of get the topics at hand.
Exactly.
Instead of like focusing on us.
Exactly.
Right.
So, I mean, when it did so well, people, kind of look forward to something more like that. I was like, it's all right. Maybe we should do a part 2.
Yeah. So here we are.
So I guess, here we are. We're part 2. So, how did we start the last one? Did we just jump right into the questions, or did we I
think we just kind of jumped into the questions and everything, but then again, that last one, what I remember and stuff is that, you did have the realm, like you did hold the helm and stuff, whatever. Right. You were the one doing the questions, because most on regular shows, I'm doing
You're the one.
So then this side, from that side, you were, and then it went all types of ways and everything, because I think one of the funniest things I got and stuff, somebody's like, you took man's VHS porno? And I was like, shit. I was like, they said, you guys go back if this VHS porn.
VHS is involved.
Involved. Exactly.
We're going way back. All right, well, I mean, that's cool. I do got the phones with the magical questions in my hand. So, I guess...
By the power of Grayskull, you have the power!
No more delay. I mean, let's get it going. All right? Cool. All right, so... I guess the first question I'm about to ask you is, what are your 3 good memories that we share?
One would be, I want to say definitely, believe it or not, I kind of dig the day, like the funeral of your pops.
Yeah.
Funeral of your pops and everything and stuff, whatever. The vibe that we had that day, like I still got photos and stuff of it, whatever. And like that vibe was a different kind of vibe, and it was like a real happy thing. I don't think that was a funeral. It felt like it was a party. It was like a little bit of funeral that day. Like I want to say it was somber stuff in the church, but even the service stuff was super packed.
It was definitely,
and then the reception, like we vibed.
We celebrated. We celebrated.
So that's one.
Okay.
2, I would have definitely the podcast and got it started off and everything and stuff.
Right.
Most memorable to me, like there's so much. I want to say we recorded so many episodes, but I want to say, the crybaby episode. Because he's like, delete it. I'm like, nah, man, let that shit run.
Just let that run. Just
let that run. Let that run.
Yeah.
So that's 2, and 3. I feel like on the day when Kobe passed, it kind of hit us like the same way. And it's kind of like, I think you cried before I cried, but I think when you cried and stuff, it was kind of like, there's not too many words that need to be said.
Right, yeah.
And it was kind of like a good vibe and stuff, whatever. And then we just kind of like, we kind of apologize. I'm like, you don't need to apologize and stuff, whatever, because I was like, I feel the same way.
Yeah.
I felt the same way and stuff and everything. And I felt like it was, to me, I feel like it's healthy when men cry in front of each other.
Of course.
It don't happen that often. You know that too.
It rarely happens. That would happen that often. It rarely happens. It should happen more often than not, because it's showing that side of you that lets men know that it's okay.
It's okay.
You know what I mean? We don't have to put up this facade and try to be macho all the time. No, no, we're vulnerable like anybody else. So I mean, the better that the more you're apt to acknowledge that, I think the better it is for you to deal with situations that, you know, those things come with. Absolutely, you know what I mean? So man. No, 100% for sure. My 3 top moments that we share, I want to say this the past summer when we went to the Mary J concert.
Oh yeah.
Because I think that was
a hitter.
That was a time where we just got to hang as cousins. You know what I mean? Just real family, no going business, out, no nothing. No business, no nothing, and just enjoying like 2 of the biggest artists that's gonna be in our lifetime. Facts. Right? You know what I mean? And to know that their music spans a generation that we are a part of. So it's not like, you know, we can remember certain things when we hear it. So, you know, so just to share that moment with you and my wife, you know what I mean, just to be in that atmosphere was cool. The housewarming party that we had when I was living at Braddock. The picture of the red and white shirt, striped shirt, and you with the red cup, you're doing that foolishness. Yeah. I think that's the first time that made me realize that you and I have like a vibe like that. That we can just shoot the bullshit and just not naturally be us. Right. And enjoy it, and then people around us just enjoy it. You know what I mean? I think that's the first time I actually witnessed that. And then I want to say my wedding day, man. Yes. My wedding day. I think you know, there's times in your life that you want your real close people to be around you, and you know, having you there, you know, as you know, you being to me more than a cousin, more like a little brother. For you to see me take certain steps. It was a championship day, man. It was, you know, that's when like the moments like I can think of in my head sharing with you. Those would probably be the top 3.
See, so we got like 6 great moments and stuff for them right there, man.
I mean, we got tons.
We got tons. These are the ones that everybody know. Those are the hitters right there. Right? Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay.
Let me dip back your motion real quick and see what else I got. All right. Oh, all right. This is good. Do your best impression of me. See this.
Let me see. Gotta spruce up. See, Marv, you're definitely wrong for that one. All those views and all the express on that side of the Podical Sons, not your average Joseph. It doesn't reflect on a Podical Sons. That's your punk ass right there.
Really though, smooth. I mean, you know, when I jump on my phone, I just swipe left like this, swipe like that, see a little tenderoni, and say, you know, she might be good for the boy. She might be good for the boy.
Well done. Well done. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. No, yours was pretty good about me too. Yeah. I said we got that.
Okay.
All right. Okay. If I got kidnapped, right? How much would you pay for the ransom?
Me and your wife, you got to come together with these funds. We got to come together and stuff like that. Because I know the ROI for you is very high and very good. Yeah. So me and your missus, we got to look at stuff. It's like, all right, look. How much you got to it, how much I got to it. Definitely, if for me to do it solo, I would take a loan out for you to pay the thing.
You take a loan out?
I do 50 racks.
You do 50
I can do 50 racks. All right, yeah. So hopefully she can do the other 50 if need be. And then we good and stuff if they say $100K for ransom.
Okay.
I think anything higher than that, whatever. I'm gonna have to
it'll be a little bit
some other
sticky.
people. I'm gonna do a GoFundMe first.
Yeah.
We gotta make sure you come back alive. So I'm gonna do a GoFundMe.
I'm gonna try for 50 racks too.
50? Okay.
Right? But before I offer up the 50 racks, I'm gonna see if I can find like a breakout crew for 25.
This is true. This is true because you
saved
saved 25.
If I get a breakout crew for 25,
this is true,
and we're about it, we can come in and break you out.
Then you save a lot of money like that.
There's half the worries right there.
That's true. Okay,
half the worries right there, man.
Work for me.
That works for you?
Yeah, that works.
All
for
right.
me.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say some mean shit like, I don't know though. I got 10 racks. I'm about to say, bitch.
Now I'm gonna start with 50.
Okay.
I'm gonna make the 50 call.
Okay.
50 is something that you perk up to, right? Perk up to 50, you might let your guard down.
Like
then the 25K dudes might be able to slip in.
I'm like, eventually, I'm worth it for you to get the 50 back. Like you're gonna make that money back.
This is what I'm
messing
saying.
with, and that's what I'm saying. Vice versa.
We balance out.
Okay.
We balance
all
out.
right.
Okay.
All right.
Cool. All right. Is our podcast considered locker room talk or barbershop talk?
To me, we kind of grazed on this and stuff before.
Yes.
I want to say I feel like it's more of a barbershop talk because I feel like it can go into the realm of like to the bullshit, to the jokes, to the sincere, to the gospel, to the philosophical, to cover all kind of realms. We can talk about ROIs, return of interest from business and everything.
Yeah.
So I don't feel like it's straight locker room talk. I feel like locker room talk is just straight kind of like one direction, two directions.
Two directions, yeah.
Sex and sports.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah.
And I think our podcast is beyond that.
I'll say barbershop talk as well, but I wouldn't solely just say barbershop alone because
no.
Our audience, I'm starting to think our audience is more female dominated than it is male. And it's because of the subjects that we tackle. It's not just something that is just, confined to a locker room or a barbershop.
Facts.
But, if we're looking at a wide range of topics, then I would definitely say, yeah, for sure, barbershop. For sure. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I feel the same.
All right. Have you talked about skincare with other men?
No.
Nah.
I know. I feel like most men don't do that though.
No.
I feel like most men. Why though?
I'm not sure.
Like, all right, here's my thing. My thing is stuff like with me, when like I go in the shower and shit like that, whatever. I have the reason why I laugh, whatever, because I want to say like if I'm freshly lined up or freshly shaved,
right?
I have one type of like face wash and it has like charcoal base as like face and beard.
Okay.
And I use that like fresh on the day of. So if it's the following day when I don't shave like that,
yeah,
I have another like aloe face wash that I use.
Got it.
So I just have like a regimen with myself, whatever. But I woke up like this.
Yeah, and you're looking mighty fine, man.
Bless your heart. Bless your heart.
It's good. Yeah.
So do you talk about it with other guys?
The funny thing is the last conversation I had about skincare. I mean, we probably talked about it a few times between us and show wise. But I would have to say it was in my teens, man.
In your teens.
In my teens.
Damn.
And my boy Swift. And you know why? Because he hated pimples. He hated pimples. So like, he would always we will go over his house and we're getting ready to go out. He had I don't know if you remember the 1006 lotion.
Nah, man, that's beyond me, man.
It's like a skin cleanser.
Okay.
He would scrub his face down and he could get the 1006. You can't have no pimples, man. You can't have no blemishes on your face because girls will look at it.
This is true. I remember back in the day they had the what is it, the oxy pads?
The oxy.
I remember they had the oxy pads stuff. I used to go in and stuff. Like if I went to somebody's house and I see him like, oh shit, yeah, oxy pad. So make sure you catch all of that and stuff. And then when you look at all the dirt on the pads, you're looking like, damn, I was dirty.
They had the Noxzema face wash.
The Noxzema. Shit. It had like a tingle to it.
I'm telling you, man. It's like, this is what I'm talking about. When we discussed face care, that was probably the last time.
Damn.
after a while, you just assume people knew what they was doing and they just did it.
So what about your son? Do you talk to him about face care and stuff?
Oh, I talk about face care, talking about your hair, you gotta groom your scalp, you gotta do this, that, and the third. But
so you talk to him about your son, but like to other guys and stuff, that's not a common thing to you.
No, because I think you just naturally already assume that
they just know.
They're just doing the.
But women do it all the time. Like, girl, your skin glows. What have you been doing to yourself? What are you doing? Like, I use this apricot face wash, and it just like totally gets me.
Because women want to know what you're using to get your skin glows.
Well, men don't give a fuck.
Men want to know.
Oh,
but they don't want to ask.
They don't want to ask.
They don't want to ask.
Fucking pride. Toxic masculinity, man.
Yo, that nigga's skin look nice.
What do you use? And then they'll come with some side shit. I remember one time a dude, he came to me on the side shit. He's like, yo, you use makeup or some shit like that? I'm like, why the fuck would you say that? He's like, your skin look extra smooth. Ask me what face wash I use. He's like, yo, but real niggas don't ask real niggas and stuff about
I just finished telling you. I just finished telling you. We want to know, but we ain't gonna ask. Women ready for the trade secrets.
Toxic masculinity. We gotta beat this, man.
Women are ready for the trade secrets. They'll let you know. All right. How come you have a problem talking about manscaping?
I don't.
No, I know
you don't.
I know you don't have a problem talking about manscaping.
Why you have a problem talking about manscaping?
Because I don't want to imagine any other manscaping about but myself.
But if I'm manscaping, I'm not picturing you in my head.
No, and I'm not trying to have you picture me in your head.
Exactly. So
and I'm not trying to picture you in my head.
Okay,
so the easiest way to solve that is not have the conversation.
Here's my thing. I remember one day, one episode was it? Like episode 30, I think with Ben Dillinger.
With Ben Dillinger.
He was on there, so we were talking about, your face is looking like, what?
And you guys were happily discussing manscaping. I don't understand this.
You have to do it. If you have a woman and everything, you let her know it's okay to put your face down there.
Listen. Granted, we manscape.
Right.
That is good enough.
So you got a landing strip? Is that what you're working with?
Yes, listen. You never mind.
You got the triangle office?
Never mind what I'm working with.
Are you 12-year-old boy, like shave, clean shave?
Just know that I'm scaping and I skate, okay?
You escape the scape?
I got
you can't escape this scape.
I'm a gardener myself.
oh, shit. Make sure you trim around the grass to make sure the tree trunk is clean.
I got the hedges all properly groomed.
Okay.
All right. Enough with that foolishness.
He's still touchy.
Should men be the head of the household? That's a good one. Are we gonna post this as a this sounds like a postable one.
You can post this.
All right.
You can post it.
I'd like to hear what the female audience says.
I feel like men shouldn't really be the head of the household, because I feel like the reason why I say that is because I look at it like this. We might always want sex.
Right.
But certain things and stuff, whatever, I want to say, from the women to give us sex, it kind of determines what we do in order to get sex. So we could be pissed off and still want cooch.
Right.
But if they're pissed off, they might not want dick. Not all of them might want dick, whatever. Yeah. They just want to be like, don't touch me.
Yeah.
Get away from me and everything. So I'm like, it's kind of like, who has that ball cord and stuff? Because which is more important to you? Food, sex, or sleep?
I'm going to have to say food.
Okay. And who determines that in your household?
My wife.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have an answer.
My wife.
I don't think men should be the head of the household. That's my answer. Go ahead. All right.
My answer is I don't think so either. And
why?
Reason being is because as a team, when you're part of a team, you realize the things that you're good at and the things that you're not good at.
Absolutely.
Right? And part of being a member of the team is facilitating or passing on the stuff that you're not good at to the person you know who's better at it, because the main goal is to win.
Right.
Right? So I can easily say there's certain things that
you might take the reins on.
Right.
And she might take the reins on.
There's certain things that in regards to the household, like repairs of certain things that I know she can't handle, right? Or maybe not the fact that she can't handle, but I'm better at handling it.
Gotcha.
Right? So that would be my realm, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's things in the household that she's better at doing, right? So therefore, she holds the reins on that.
The song, I'm a movement by myself. I'm a force when we're together.
We're a force when we're together.
Right.
And, you know, once you start thinking that, yo, you're the head of the household. No, brother. When, you know, if take away what she's doing.
Right.
Where does that leave you standing?
Right, it's true.
So, yeah, I definitely would say it's a shared position.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think anyone should look at it as being a head or anything like that. It's just you know.
Well, no, because I remember Fantasia. Fantasia said like the man is the head and the woman is the neck of the household.
Right.
And the head cannot move unless the neck moves and stuff as well.
Right.
Right. And I was like, that's dope, but I still feel like and stuff. In my world, I'm like you.
Yeah.
We're together.
Yeah.
So we should move together and everything like that. It shouldn't be like somebody just kind of just dictate and be thing. Leader.
Come on, man. How many thugs we know with no neck?
No neck Ed from 90 Day Fiance.
There you go. All right. Are you... Oh, wait. Do you meet your father's expectations for what it means to be a man?
In my rep, I don't think so. The reason why I say that is because years ago, I had a convo with my father, and I had one girlfriend at the time, right? It was so weird. Right. I had one girlfriend at the time and stuff for that, and the man's like, you just have one? And I was like, is there a problem? He's like, when I was your age, I had 3.
Right.
And he named it after the Clint Eastwood movie, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. So I was like, wow. So I was like, where was my mom in this equation? Whatever. So he's like, she was the back. My mom a thug. Whatever. My mom a thug. So I'm like, okay. So I told him he had a good girl. He had a bad girl, my mom and everything like that. And I'm like, you had an ugly chick?
You trying to figure out who the ugly one was?
I know. I was like, the good and the ugly, I don't really care too much because the bad is definitely my mom.
Because the bad was mom.
The bad was my mom. But I was looking, I was like, damn. I was like, you got to have that, whatever. And then I remember one day he said, I think another time and stuff, whatever, like before he see my girlfriend. Yeah. He's like, yo, you don't got no girlfriend? I'm like, no, I got friends and stuff like, because it takes a lot for me to claim a woman. Right. Right? Like it has, like for us to be in a relationship, for me to claim you, it takes a lot. We can date, we can go out for dinner, we can have sex, but that don't make us boyfriend or girlfriend. Okay. So, and when I said that to him one day, he looked at me, he's like, yo, you gay? I was like, damn. So I'm clearly on that aspect. I wasn't hitting his expectations and stuff. What had been like a man, yeah, and everything like that. So, but I think other rounds possibly, maybe, but we don't converse and talk like that. I'm pretty sure from what I know from about your father, yeah, and from what I know about you, you've met those expectations. So about you, to your pops. Yeah, I believe so. You feel like he hit the marks? I feel like he gave you one of those pat on the shoulders and stuff, whatever. He gave me one of those pats, you know what I mean? Good job. And actually, before even pass, you know, we used to have a one-on-one conversations, and I mean, he let me know, you know what I mean, that he was proud of me, proud of the person that I've become, who I've turned out to be. So, you know, even though I probably felt like I was at a point where I'm just starting to get into stride and make moves. I think he's seen enough to know that even if I have not met his potential fully of what he expected, right, I was well enough on my way. So and then he acknowledged that. So that's dope. Yeah, that's dope. That is dope. You know what I mean? That's dope. You can't ask for anything more than that. The feeling is always good, and it's always encouraging for you to just even try to go further. I agree. All right. Are you proud of every video on your YouTube channel? I am. Yeah. I am, because I feel like a lot of times and stuff, I think people focus more on the like step 8, 9, and 10. Yes. Instead of like the 1 to 7. Yes. And I want to say the gradual growth is always good growth to me. I'm a big fan and stuff, whatever, and that whatever, and because I want to say, from the old YouTube stuff to it just had our image, the image and just us talking and stuff like that, whatever, to where it is and stuff, whatever. Now, where we got people like commenting and all that type of stuff and interacting and stuff, whatever. It's only a matter of time, baby.
Yeah, no.
Before you know it and stuff, we're gonna have one of those plaques and stuff sitting right there and stuff, whatever, for like the how many subscribers and shit like that. So yeah.
I definitely like how our YouTube channel has been progressing. Just like how you said, you know what I mean? We're not shy about anything. You know what I mean? We're not afraid to show our come-ups. And, you know, those episodes, they're just as raw as they would possibly be for us at that stage. Right. I mean, even the SoundCloud stuff, like I'm extremely proud of our SoundCloud. You know what I mean? Because it was a platform that we didn't know if it was going to work or not, but figured if it would work, it would be the motivating and deciding factor of everything. And
if we're talking about platforms, I'm actually proud of the Spotify.
Proud of Spotify?
Because I want to say when the year-end wrap-up thing came out,
and
they were saying like, yo, they give you like the location and stuff, whatever, of where like shit was. I was like, I'll be damned.
Yeah.
We never spoke Korean on this thing one day. But,
not one day.
You know what I'm saying? But like
not
the fact that
day.
our voices is heard around the world and like people gravitate to it, the SoundCloud, it hones into exact like location.
Right.
So some creeper shit, but I still like it though.
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah, no, it's good to see that. You get to see the feedback.
Absolutely.
Now that we're getting more interested in that side of things. It's like even just looking at the charts and seeing what episode was watched the most, what episode was listened to the most, what episode had the most comments and so forth like that. You start to see patterns in your fans and so forth like that. So yeah, man, no, that's cool. That's cool. I enjoy that as well. Do views count matter to you?
On YouTube, no. I'm more concerned about the plays. Because hear me out. Because my thing and stuff is that when it comes to like YouTube, I want to say if that's the only platform you can function with and stuff like that, it would count for me. But if I know stuff that you might have Google Play, Spotify, Apple iTunes, like, a whole bunch of other platforms you can play from, tuned in, and all that type of stuff, whatever, that means more to me because I look at it and stuff as that, you might miss the animated nonsense or like the band and the looks of like how we're going through this convo.
Right.
But I feel like as long as you're getting the content, I'm fine with that.
Yeah. And I'm the exact same way. Some of my favorite podcasts, they have YouTube channels. But just because of the times when I choose to listen to a podcast, I'm at work most of the time.
I'm on the go.
I can't watch anything physically. Facts. I can only listen to it. You know what I mean? And I realized that there's a good portion of people who are out there who are like that. They can't physically view what you're doing, but obviously to just tune in and hear what's going on. I mean, you're telling me about coworkers listening to it, you know what I mean? Like a group session. Just listen.
The people in the house. So like, when I hear them, like, that's how you feel? I was like, well, I'm grateful. Gratitude for attitude.
Yeah. And it's so funny because even with the YouTube, right? Michelle, who did the cookies for us, she said she tuned, she had no way of tuning in prior to that because she wasn't subscribed to any streaming platforms. She said she asked if it was on YouTube because that's how she listens to most of her stuff. So I mean, people have YouTube and YouTube is actually just running in the background. They're not even looking at it.
I do that at my desk, whatever. If I'm playing music or anything.
You're not even looking at it. You're still just listening to the audio.
Exactly.
So the views, I think the views in itself will come when we attract just a little bit outside of that podcast range. Those who are actually wanting to see like TV shows, episodes of this, that, and so those who want to have a more visual aspect, I think once we reach there,
little dreams, it's already, if you build it, they will come.
And that's what we're doing right now. We steadily been building, increasing that platform. And like I said, we got, with nothing to hide. We show the come up so that you do see oh, when these guys, we're just a regular podcast and they didn't have
They
any aspirations to be on
everybody.
They just had a static picture.
When you have everything on the World Wide Web, it's like everybody can interact with it on their own time.
It's 100%.
So we might listen to it on the go, might listen to a podcast on the go. They might have time to sit down late night and stuff for them to kind of watch it before they go to bed, and then that be that.
I always think of another one of our supporters, and we support her, Debbie Delicious, D Delicious, right?
Mm-hmm.
I remember one time I picked up about a couple bottles of rum cream from her, and I did a little quick video, a little quick IG video and so forth like that, and that's maybe about a year ago, right? And up to I think last week, she reposted.
Yeah,
and you know what I mean. It's just something that once it's in that realm, it's always there for somebody new to see, right? It's always there for somebody new to experience,
right?
And that's how I look at our episodes. They live somewhere.
They live somewhere.
They live somewhere. Oh, cool. Are you affected by trolls and hate comments?
Hell no. I got my death threats already, baby. Let's go.
Man.
Let's go.
Usually if I feel to spar, I'll go back and forth with them. Just for the fun.
Oh, so yeah.
Just for the fun of it.
So you with the shits?
I'm with the shits.
You
with
the shits. Okay. You know I'm a Taurus. I'm built for the bullshit.
Yeah. So
okay.
All right. Would you let another person be a prodigal son? Sorry.
Who would I let be a prodigal son? The only person I might think of was probably Ben Dillinger. If he was be a prodigal son and stuff like that. There's other people's and stuff, whatever, have a little potential.
Yeah.
But I feel like he can hold his own and stuff for there. I feel like if I was going to go missing one episode and it was you and him,
right? I
feel confident that it can still run.
Yeah. No, I feel confident that God forbid anything that happened to me and I couldn't be a part of the taping that day.
Mm-hmm.
Ben probably be the best feeling that I could think of.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I mean vice versa. If you couldn't be around, Ben would be the first person that I would think of. Yeah. He is a son.
He is a son. He's a son. You hear that, fucker?
He's a son, and I mean it's the support from him has always been phenomenal, and he genuinely just wants to see everything succeed. So I know when he comes, he's coming with his A game. He's coming to, he's coming to make sure that
only A game, no B shit.
He's coming to make sure that he's putting it in. He's putting it in.
Right.
All right. Has being a prodigal son helped you to become a better person?
It did. I'm not gonna lie to you, because so I'm a science man. I tell you I'm a science man and stuff, whatever. And I think the time when we spoke about the sprinter thing,
right? About
how like the whole world, like the climate kind of just shifted and everything like that.
Right.
And I was like, this nigga Smooth talking some bullshit, right? He talking some bullshit. So I went to go look into it and stuff. I was like, no shit. And it kind of that's one aspect of stuff. It kind of put me on my game and stuff. I'm like, yo, you know what? Whatever you're saying and stuff like that, it's like I have a natural habit of not taking everything people say as a gospel.
Right.
But the way how you put it and stuff, whatever, it's kind of like some, yeah, like, yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
And then I wasn't the only one and stuff with that. And then the other aspect and stuff is like, I'm an empath. I'm an emotional person.
You're an emotional person.
I'm an emotional person. So
you
like,
to let your feelings out on the show.
So like, when I be spazzing on some people's and everything like that, and you kind of like tell me to kind of rein it in, whatever, on air and off air and everything like that.
Yeah.
I feel like you're telling me these things and stuff to help make me be a better person. So that's two. And the other thing and stuff is that our words are projected to like the world.
Yeah.
Right? So it's kind of like we can't come up here and stuff and on these mics and shit like that, whatever. Like we crack our jokes, we have fun,
we crack our jokes.
But we try to make sure we come with like, when we get to the real shit, we get to some real shit and the facts. behind it and stuff like that, or whatever. Right. So therefore, there's no problems of the discrepancy and stuff and everything like that.
Right.
But when they see this, some people when they see the commercials, they just think it's just the podcast is all about that. Whatever, right? It's just about that, whatever. When it's more than that, whatever, right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But let it be left to the idiots and stuff to decide. But that's how I feel. That podcast made me a better person.
I think for sure it's made me a better person. Again, just from the scope of topics that we cover, a lot of times they'll be on your mind, but you don't really think of them deeply until you start discussing them with somebody else.
Right, because the theory is probably in the back of your mind, but now when you bring it in the conversation, the practical is right here.
It's right there, and then ideas that might express themselves in a way that you may never thought about before. And at the same time, you're right. I mean, we don't claim to be the world authority on anything.
No, we're not prodigal sons. We're prodigal son is Jesus.
There you go.
Christ on a stick, Christ,
There you go. And but what we do tend to do is we make sure that what we're gonna speak about, we fact check. We go into research. And I think a lot of that has led me into different aspects of certain topics that I probably would have never gone through myself. You know what I mean? Right. Just for the mere fact that we don't want to be leading anybody in the wrong direction. We don't want to be, giving any false hopes to any situation. We just simply want to give an unadulterated point of view from our standpoint. Somebody might see it differently, but we're just giving you our standpoint, and we're giving it to you how we think we really should give it to you.
Poetic.
Yeah, and I definitely think, for me, it's made me a better person. And outside the show as well.
Yeah,
outside the show as well.
No,
I mean, there's a lot of technical stuff that being in the field already. It's just revamped a lot of things.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's refreshed a lot of things.
I mean, even like outside the show, I was going to say it's kind of like within the realm of the show, but I want to say same thing with the top picks and stuff that are before.
Yeah.
I probably deal with it when I get to it.
Right.
But now I'm hunting for those type of things that make people go, that make people think.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And you're having conversations with people.
With more random folks than ever before.
There you go.
Years ago, one of my New Year's resolutions and stuff that I remember, I think it was 2015. I said, 2014. I said, I want to have conversations with 5 new people.
Right.
Outside friends and family, just 5 new randoms. And I think that year I went to 13. And then so the following year I said, all right, I'm gonna do 20. And I went to 25. So I said 50. And after that, I'm like, boom. But then by that time the podcast started up.
Right.
So I'm like, I just talk to random people. Sons on the streets.
Sons on the streets.
Sons on the streets, baby.
It just came out of willingness of just, asking people. Just asking people. Right. Which one of us is living the other person's shadow? Which one of us is living the other person's shadow, or living in the other person?
Living in the other person's shadow. I don't know, because I want to say you do all the technical shit, but I want to say if I'm gonna say me. You're living in my shadow.
I would say that.
Because I want to say one day somebody said this to me and stuff, whatever, right? And it rubbed me the wrong way. But I had to take it and stuff in stride because it's sharing conversation.
Right.
Because they don't know you.
Right.
But they know me.
They know you.
So the thing and stuff is that they're used to me coming with so many different types of topics and everything like that, whatever.
Yeah.
And it was in front of another person. And then the person that knows both of us. And they said, could this show run without you?
Right.
And I said, well, it can't run without us.
Right.
Whatever, right?
Right.
And then the other person chimed in, the other person said, well, you do the topic. So I think, the show can't run without you.
Right.
So I was like, you underestimate his skill of conversation, because if I'm bringing random ass topics and stuff to him,
right,
and the man can answer them and stuff in a timely manner, that takes talent.
Yeah.
Not everybody's versatile and stuff like that.
Well, and this is why I look at you as the front person,
Okay.
right? And me like,
I ain't the front person. Damn,
yeah,
bitch.
certain situations I gotta let my light shine. But like, you bring the topics and you lead with the topics, right? And I pretty much play off of what you bring to the table, and I enjoy that role, to be quite honest. You know what I mean? It's like when somebody has a show, and then they have that sidekick, a little sidekick host, right? That just feeds off of everything that they do to just make
it show even better,
make it even better, make it going on.
Right.
And I feel like that's the rapport that we have, and it's one of the reasons why I picked you as a host, because I know you have that type of personality that's always gonna be upfront, outgoing, and being out there. And I know I can play off of that personality.
Right.
So yeah, man. And look. I say it's Marshall all the time, man. I'm just,
you use that shot to crucify me sometimes too.
I'm chilling, man. So those are Mars topics. I just answer the questions when they come my way.
Because I remember one day I think it was the one of the ride or die one. It was the ride or die. And I'm like, yo, are you a ride or die stuff for your wife? And you're like, da da da. And somebody's like, hey, stop bullying not your average Joseph. All right, stop bullying him.
You gotta stop bullying.
Why are you laughing at him?
You gotta stop doing that bullying.
What the fuck?
You gotta stop doing that bullying business, bro.
She's like, yo,
that's recognizing is not good.
She's like, it's his show and you're just bullying him. I was like, what? Who are you? You know what? Fuck it. I'm with it.
Yeah, no, and I think it works. And the reason why it works is, like I said before,
head and neck, baby. Head and neck.
Understanding that role.
The head can't move without the neck.
Right? You're good at what you do, which is the topic stuff, right? I don't want to touch that. You already got that under wraps. I'm good at what I do, which is the technical stuff. Exactly. You don't want to touch that. I got the wraps on that. Right. You understand? So we share the show. We know our strengths, and that's it, man. If you're the front person, I'm the dude in the back that's throwing you the ball.
And vice versa when it comes to everything else. I tell everybody, I'm like, yo, they're like, oh, you want to do something? Like, I have to talk to my boss, okay? My boss, he told me specific people I'm not allowed to interact with.
Yeah.
Before.
Yeah, once it jeopardizes the show, then I kind of got to step in.
You step all the way to fucking. All right.
Okay. Here's a good one. Where is the logic in where you would let your daughter work with R. Kelly?
Crack. Can't be coke. If you can afford coke, you can afford a better musician to pick to work with your child. It's crack.
Yeah,
it has to be crack.
It has to be crack.
No, because my shit is stuff like I crack my R. Kelly jokes on the show all the damn time.
Right.
The whole world wants to cancel R. Kelly. We know R. Kelly and stuff, whatever. The person, I'm one of the people that can separate the music from the person. Right?
Yeah.
And we crack our jokes. I crack my jokes and stuff about R. Kelly and stuff countless times over, but I look at it and stuff as that. Like, how dumb do you be? Like, are you dumb? Are you dumb? You know how the girls say, are you dumb? Like, Aaliyah's parents made them work together. And Aaliyah's parents is like, what? You guys got married without us knowing?
Yeah.
They didn't know that shit.
Right.
Sparkle's niece, Sparkle said, she watched the P tape. That's her fucking niece. And the girl's parents said, that's not their kid. Took an undercut settlement and just dipped. So when the other peoples came in and stuff like, he wasn't convicted of anything. Nah. Sometimes the stuff, whatever, like too many allegations about the same damn thing.
Is enough. Yeah.
Is enough. So, crack.
Yeah, no, you would have to be on I would say some serious crack, or had to just lost your damn mind completely.
Yeah. Facts.
All right. If for some reason I lost my memory, what is the first thing you would tell me about us? We got a podcast. You better get your memory back quick because we record next week.
Hopefully, no. I mean, I'll tell. So I would tell you stuff and be like, yo, check it. I'm one of your loving cousins. I'm one of your loving cousins and stuff, whatever. And we've transcended past a time where we're not just cousins, where like father and son, teacher and student, business partners, and everything and stuff, whatever. So
in the realm, yep.
Our interactions with each other just doesn't stop with a family function.
Right.
It doesn't end with just that. And like how you're getting along with your memory, be expecting my calls multiple times in a week, and you'll see me and stuff, whatever, within a few weeks and stuff, like within at least once a week. That's what I would tell you.
Yeah. I would tell you got nothing to worry about, man.
But tell me I'm pretty too.
Well, yeah, I mean, some might slip in, but I'd let you know that you have nothing to worry about. I'm gonna rock with you anytime that you need me, anytime that you feel like you want to go anywhere. This, that, and the third. I will be your memory for you until you can recall things on your own. Sometimes you gotta just be there for people like that. Sometimes you gotta be, their feet when they can't walk. You gotta be their arms when they can't pick shit up.
You are my rock.
That might be a Soul Sisters Sons too.
Oh shit, yes.
Feet when you can't walk, your arms when you can't pick shit up.
I feel like it should be a Casey and JoJo song. Fuck what you heard. Yo.
All right. If this was our last conversation, what would you want to say to me? Now, last conversation in as in how is
if
me kicking the bucket? Yeah.
So if one of us gonna kick the bucket, I guess the following, the next day, I want to tell you that I love you,
right,
and I respect you, and I hold you in high regards and high favor stuff in my world, and I'm grateful for how our relationship has transcended. Like it went from just regular family, because I remember you were always like the older cousin and stuff. I want to say that to me, you were in a realm you were far to touch, because you were doing your DJing thing, and I was just like a little elementary school kid. So we're walking side by side, we were conducting businesses and stuff. I earned my seat, but yet and still when I earned my seat, you never once, before I even earned my seat, you never once talked down to me.
Right.
Or never made me feel a type of way. And I appreciate you for everything that you've done for me, from financial-wise, friendship-wise, family-wise. You're that G to me. And I won't allow anybody to fuck with you under my watch and under my radar. And you'll always be missed. So if you're gone and stuff, whatever, tomorrow, know for a fact that I love you no less.
Yeah. I second that sentiment, and just to top it off, just to say that you go through, you do certain things in life to better yourself. And a part of that process is learning and being able to pass on what you learn, right? And I want to say one of the things that I love and respect about you is that your mind is always open like a parachute. You don't close it to anything. And you're always willing to listen to people's experiences. So I feel that I can tell you things, and you're not questioning it as to it being anything bad or anything like that. You automatically know what I'm telling you is genuinely coming from my heart, and it's because of the way that I feel about you. If I can have you avoid certain pitfalls in life that I may have gone through myself, or I may have somehow managed to avoid just by learning a few things, then I want to pass that on to you, because I always want to see you be the best Sofa King Marvelous that you could possibly be. And I know in turn, when you become the best Sofa King Marvelous that you can possibly be, the world is a better place, because you're not the type of person to just keep all of that in. You're going to spread that out yourself.
I love you, man.
All right.
What's the microphone, man? Give me a hug, man.
I don't know.
Social distance, fuck it. Love you, man. That one hit. That one.
All right. Let's get back. G-check.
All right. Man up.
All right, good.
Man up. All right.
Question of the week. We got here already? Shit.
We're here.
That's all right. Okay. All right. Since we're here, let's kick it off properly.
Question of the week.
Is it okay to listen in on combos?
Yes and no.
A little eavesdropping here and there.
Little eavesdropping. Yes and no. I want to say, to be honest, you and I were in a realm where we've covered so many different type of things. We still tons of stuff to cover.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like our experiences and all the things and stuff, whatever we discussed and everything, it could be so much beneficial to somebody and stuff, whatever. And they might be in a realm where, let's say, two people are having a conversation, they might not know what to do in a situation.
Right.
And from all the things that we've already untouched,
right,
it could give them a start. You got to start from somewhere.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's just like, it's not what you say, how you say some things and stuff, whatever. And if you interject like, I'm sorry to be nosy,
yeah,
but if you have any blah, 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 and this. And like part of the thing and stuff was, we covered suicide in one episode.
Right.
We talked about suicide. I think the illest thing and stuff was I went somewhere, you and I, we both know somebody and stuff whose loved one, committed the act.
Right.
And I went somewhere and some people were talking about it and stuff. And I kind of mentioned some of the things that are facts and stuff, that stats and stuff, whatever that found in the research. And I spoke to them, and then I just gave them a card and stuff for the podcast and stuff for them, so they can listen up and everything.
Yeah.
And the person, because I gave him one of the cards and stuff that had my number on there, so the person actually sent me a text. They're like, "Hi, this is such and such. We met, because we were talking about suicide and stuff in public." And she's like, "I just want to thank you because I heard the episode, because the episode was some comprehension."
Right.
And she said she went back and she heard, and then the other person. So they kind of spread the word on that episode. So when that episode grows plays, when I actually look at it on the SoundCloud, because the SoundCloud gives those kind of numbers, I smile.
Yeah.
So I feel like, and it all came from eavesdropping.
It's funny because I think we all hear a level of conversation, and it's keywords that might jump out, that might pique our interest or make us tune in to what the conversation really might be about. And I think it's at that point you kind of quickly decipher, is there enough in this conversation to interest me where I may have some thoughts about it, or it has nothing to do with me, and then you kind of shut the conversation off to the side, right? And then it's the next few steps after that, right? Because it's like, they might be saying something that you hear and you know for a fact that it's wrong, or for a fact that it's not necessarily how it goes, and so forth like that. Now, it's up to you at that point how well you may know the people who are carrying on the conversation. Because
what if you don't know?
Some people don't like how well, and then probably even reading the situation. I would say reading the situation, because some people you can look at and you can see right away that they might be opt to another view. Right. They're just by the way they're talking and carrying on, it leads you to believe that the conversation might even attract another voice. So then you gracefully, don't be rude about it, but if you can slide into the conversation and give a point of view that maybe neither of them have expressed, then I think it's always a plus. I don't think you should jump in the conversation to reiterate what anybody else is already saying. Or to,
that right there is not your place.
That there right there is not your place. But I like I said, it's sometimes it's beneficial. Sometimes you'll know, right? It's like I said, if it has nothing to do with you, then you kind of lock it off from your head and you just keep it moving.
True. Take that.
All right. We're on to the Ask the Sons portion of the show.
Yes.
So, Phenax, this question is coming from Phenax. That's Fenanxx. Phenax. Yeah, I guess that's how you say it. From movie Black Cops, which is your favorite?
Carter.
Carter?
Chris Tucker from Rush Hour.
I'm gonna have to say Shaft.
Shaft?
Yeah.
Yeah? The reason why I say Carter is because, you got Rush Hour 1, 2, and 3.
Mm-hmm.
Rush Hour 3 is kind of lightweight, kind of weak, but I want to say, like, he held it down and stuff. Hey, don't you know it's a black man's radio? That and
He held it down. Yeah.
What is it? It was cheap suits. How cheap? Chris Tucker was a badass cop.
Yeah, he was.
If I'm gonna have second runner up, I'm gonna say Axel Foley from Beverly Hills Cop.
That's a classic cop.
But yeah,
classic
but nah, Chris Tucker and stuff. Carter, he did it from Rush Hour.
Yeah.
Mike Larry's there, but he know Chris Tucker. Go ahead.
Chris Tucker.
Go ahead.
Good
So you said
stuff.
Shaft? Tell me why Shaft.
Shaft?
Da-na-na-na.
Got he a bad motherfucker. Shut your mouth.
Okay.
Next one is from Mustard Ask. What movie title sounds suspiciously like a porno?
Vin Diesel, Triple X.
Yeah, it really doesn't sound suspicious at all. Without with your eyes closed, listening to that title, you'd probably think it was a porn.
Triple X. There's a few. Free Willy. I thought Free Willy was a porno. When I was little, because when I heard Free Willy, I was like, wait, I called my dick Willy. Because when you're little, they get some kind of name. It's like, I'm not watching that. Something big and black coming out the wetness. Pause button.
Waiting to exhale.
Waiting to exhale. What kind of porn you watch? How's that? That sounds like a porn. Oh, is she deep?
She waiting for the exhale, man. Yeah.
She's waiting to breathe for the big dick. I get it.
All right. Next one is from Just Add Coffee.
Mm-hmm.
Without saying the title, what is your favorite movie?
So if I'm going to describe the movie, two high school kids, they're not too popular, and they got to do some things to bring alcohol to a party, and they have a whole bunch of adventures, things that happen and stuff that night to get to the party, but they're still good friends. And one friend likes to draw dicks. Can you guess the movie?
No, that's not me.
Super bad.
Super bad?
Remember he had a problem, he's like, I just draw dicks all day.
All right. Mine, I'll probably recite the scene, and then when I recite the scene, you should know right away.
I'll try my best. Go ahead,
right?
fire away. All right.
What you gonna do? Number 1 or number 2?
Friday. Pops. John with the RIP John with the spoon, man. Fucking guys always eating some shit.
What you gonna do? Number 1 or number 2?
Yeah. Friday.
All right, that's it, man.
We got through it.
Let me find
Sons?
This So Says the Sons. Real quick.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay. So the So Says the Sons for our This Is Us Part 2 episode is grind until expensive turns into cheap.
Facts. So say the Sons.
So Says the Sons.
So say the Sons. Yeah, man. Because I think if you go to a point where picture if you were unemployed, you had $0 and 0 cents stuff, whatever, to your name, to like you got a check. And if you wanted to buy, I don't know, let's say if you wanted to buy a soda, 2-liter soda and stuff, whatever, it might be too much for you when you have $0 and 0 cents to your name.
Right.
And then you're able to at least make a check of like maybe $400. You could probably buy so much sodas and stuff, whatever, like the price will kind of be beneath you.
Yeah.
And then when you grind harder and stuff for like bigger objects or bigger things and stuff like that, if you know you got the money, you got the paper and stuff and everything like that, you know, you think some guys buy like 3 or 4 or 5 of the same type of cars.
Yeah.
Because they've been grinding until everything comes cheap.
Comes cheap.
It comes cheap to them.
Yeah, I agree. Well, that's it, man.
We're good.
Yeah,
We're
another
good
one
to
of those
go.
episodes.
This is a good one, man. This is a good one.
Yeah.
Hit you in the feels, you know?
I think I'm gonna try and find some questions for when we do a part 3.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna try and find some
Part
questions
3 is coming up in the mix. Y'all stay tuned to that.
That's it. All right. So you want to give us the sign off?
Sign off, man. Once again, thank you for listening to the Podical Sons. Remember, the difference between genius and stupidity is that genius has its limits. Peace and love, y'all. Be safe out there. Be well.
Peace.
Peace.
This is us.
The Podical Sons with not your average Joseph and Sofa King Marvelous.